Well,
Good.
we got another podcast for
Yes,
you.
no shit. We are here.
We're here.
I am
No
here.
Andrew. As you just heard, we have Cole. And we have Jarett.
Yes, we are here. So, I guess to start off here, what's your guys' last week been since we've had this podcast? Played anything new? Experienced anything interesting?
Other than
Looks pretty
serving
well
the
for Coleman.
Emperor, I haven't done nothing. I haven't been on the podcast in a few weeks. I feel like I need to take a break. I was running out of material.
Yes. We kept having you come up with lists, and then you were just drawing blanks.
I think I only came up with like one list there, that first or second podcast I did, and I haven't done one since. But
See, this is where Cole reveals that he just wrote an entire synopsis about why The Ridiculous Six is the best comedy movie of all time.
it's been 8 weeks in the making.
Pretty much.
It is
like
a
it.
funny fucking movie. You can't tell me otherwise. If it doesn't make people's Mount Rushmores, I get it. Whatever. But it's a fucking funny movie. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
There's just so many other comedy movies that I would put above it.
You put me on the spot. I don't know what you want from me.
I get
I'm not a spot thinker. If you would have told me, say, on like the weekend, like, hey, we're gonna do a list of fucking this shit. Okay, I can come up with a list. You can't fucking ask me 10 seconds before you want me to give the list. Like that, it just doesn't happen that way.
I feel like you just need to be a bit better at thinking on the fly. Because what if you're our star quarterback and you need to change the play and you can't?
I can fucking do that. I can do that. If you want me to recall from memory what to fucking do, like, I don't watch movies. I don't. When it comes to that shit, I'm dumb as shit. If you want me to go out there and fucking play, fucking John Stockton point guard and be dishing and diming on the fly, I can do that. Maybe not as well as that white man, but
the systems you need to upgrade from dial-up to fiber, and then maybe your character in college football will not get crippled within the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, pretty good Wi-Fi. I'm pretty happy with my Wi-Fi. I'm not gonna lie.
I meant more like the speed that your brain sends messages to you from your brain to your mouth.
Yeah, if
as he said a minute ago, he's dumb as fuck.
Yes. Harmon's dumber, but I'm dumb as shit.
It pulls out the fucking list from, oh man, what's it called? Oh shit, I'm really blanking. The Fish movie with Will Smith.
Oh, God damn it, because his name's Oscar.
Yeah.
Fish tales.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think of the fucking the puffer fish. See, here's me, and this is whales. Whale poop, and then this is you. This can't be. This can't be.
2 different things. You just quoted 2 different things. You can't just mash them together and think they're gonna fit, Jarett.
Yes, I can. I am an expert at references. I am the reference god. You guys are all plebeians in my presence.
But going back to what I've been doing, been playing through, replayed Gears 2, beat that. I'm almost done with Gears 3. I'm gonna stop. After Gears 3, I don't really care about the games past that.
See, I can't believe you replayed Gears 1, let alone 2 and 3.
Well, 1, we recorded it. We did it on Insanity. I didn't play this on Insanity. I was not going to play Insanity by myself. If I have to be in hell, someone else is going to be in hell with me. I'm excited. We're getting Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and whether or not I fight an AI or a real person, my first match has to be classic Goku versus classic Vegeta. That's got to be the first match.
Why?
Because it's iconic.
Cole's gonna throw some shade your way.
What's going to be your first match?
I don't know.
Oh, I asked you something. I forgot you can't think.
Fuck you.
No, Cole's first match is gonna be Go Fat and oh man, what's his name? No, they're gonna add King Kai to the fight, and it's just gonna be King Kai versus Go Fat.
I wonder if Mr. Popo is going to make an appearance.
The fusion, failed fusion where they get fat.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's actually I don't even know what his name is. I can't remember offhand.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Go Fat.
I mean, that's a good way to identify him.
But Yes. Haven't really been seeing much about Sparking Zero. Like, so it's like a fighting game, or like
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
like,
it
did
is.
you ever
Like,
play Xenoverse with us?
I don't think we
no.
did. I think me and you're the only ones that.
Xenoverse was fun. I think you would enjoy Xeno. It is a fighting game. It's like Mortal Kombat, but it's 3-dimensional in terms of arena movement.
Yeah, it's 3D Arena Fighter instead of the 2D.
I personally think it's better than any Mortal Kombat. I just never could get into them. But just me.
Except the only thing on Xenoverse I hated was the beam tracking. The beam tracking sucked. It's like the Kamehameha. That sucked.
Well, they were hard to hit. You really had to stun your opponent.
Yeah.
If that's what you were.
But at least in Sparking Zero, it looks like you can move your beam, like as you're casting it.
Yeah. I've gotten into those games. I've had a bad track record when it. Oh, okay, well, maybe my headset's messing up.
Yeah, we can't really hear you right now.
Actually, well, see, like I've had bad experiences with well, not necessarily bad experiences, but like whenever an anime kind of gets like their own game, I get kind of like it has to be pretty good to play. Like I got trolled into or like sucked into. Oh man, I'm gonna buy these Naruto games. I'm gonna play them, and I got them. And I'm like, these are actually dog shit. I do not enjoy these at all. Like, but I think it's just I don't know. I think it's just the different studios in Japan that do things differently. But I have not really found an anime game that I really care about a lot to that extent.
That's fair, I guess.
Like we heard stuff about the JJK fighter game, and then that turned out to be shit. And it's like, God, you guys like the anime and manga are like they were like peak, and then like the game comes out and it's just always it feels like it's always subpar. That's kind of my 2 cents on it.
Possibility that could be true.
Yeah, I get that.
But I think Space Marine's going to dominate a lot of our playtime.
Oh,
It'll dominate it if they make it to where, hey, 6v6, you can actually queue up with 6 other people that you know, or 5 other people you know, and not 2 others.
We should tonight queue up
It doesn't let us.
It won't let you guys at all?
Oh no, the 3v3, you can queue up with 3.
Right.
I'm just saying, I want to like if I have a full group, I want to have a full team of brothers to fight the heretics.
Because I don't want it to be, oh yeah, your 3 are there, but then you have to rely on 3 random people. I mean, we'll probably have to rely on at least 1 most of the time. But it's just kind of like you advertise the 6v6, and I feel like you should be able to queue up with 5 other people.
You should. I can agree with that.
Like other than that, the game is great. Like I'm like, this is awesome. Like I want to play the shit out of it. But then that is just kind of like I don't understand the design choice here unless it's a bug, and they just haven't fixed it yet.
Right.
Well, I have my doubts it's a bug. In all honesty.
But from Reddit threads and people commenting online, it seems like something that everyone was expecting to be able to do. So I hope the devs listen and will make it so.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I think Andrew said that in the beta or the whatever test phase or whatever, it was available to where you queued up with 5 other people. So I don't know what the issue is there. Like unless they completely piggybacked off of the 3-man squad operations for like queuing, which I don't understand how it's difficult to add 3 more slots to that, but and just put it into chaos or the annihilation mode, whatever.
Yeah, I can tell you. Something we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully get an update on that.
But yeah, what faction are you guys thinking about going for your armor specifications?
Don't even talk to this guy. He
Harmon, you just don't understand. I mean, come on now. Like, let's be honest. The Ultramarines are, as in their name applies, ultra. Like, you just can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
See, like I'm pretty sure it's just purely cosmetic, but like I saw a video
Like they pretty much explain it that the Ultramarines are good at a lot of things, but they're not great at a specific thing.
They're the Swiss Army knife. For some reason, my autism has taken over during this phase, and I've been like fucking videos. Usually, try to get a couple videos in a day about different shit. Like I read one about the salamanders, or watched one about the salamanders, or different sieges and attacks, and this and that. And there's just so much information to fucking absorb. It's fucking nuts.
Speaking of salamanders, that's my faction that I like the most.
Yeah.
I like the salamanders.
They're all right. I in the game, I'm just not really a big fan of the green they got. I'm not very liking of it. I do think that the Black Templar armor looks fucking dope. So that's probably going to be the faction I go with. Because they look fucking cool.
I think this game is bad for my bank account because I feel like I'm gonna want some more Warhammer stuff.
Yes, it all starts with a core book, and then slowly I'll end up with like $300 worth of armies, and then from there it'll get worse.
If you can find an army for like $300, I think everyone wants to know where you're buying it.
Yes, I would agree.
Well, on Prime they had like a starter set or whatever. And like I think that was included like a book and then also figurines and stuff for like $180 or something like that.
Screw D&D. Our next time we're all together, we're just gonna be.
Whoa! Don't say screw D&D.
Okay. Sacrilege. D&D is gonna
heretic
be
talk. That's heretic talk, Harmon. Are you a heretic?
When were you infested with
Hold
chaos?
On. I gotta admit, Blood for the Blood God does go hard. Corn.
Shut the fuck up.
Corn's Legion.
You'll be put down like the heretic you are.
They're the heretic
dog.
They're the heretics I customized my character on for Space Marine 2.
Are a heretic dog.
Heretic.
No, I'm a salamander through and through.
But
there's some times where you have to play as the heretics because there's just not enough space on the Marines.
That is just unacceptable. If you are not a Marine, you just must simply live with your shame.
Don't want to hear it. It's fine. It's fine. Literally fine.
But yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything about the Space or Marine campaign, but like, I'm really pumped. I really hope that the story expansions come within a relatively decent time. I'm curious to see where they're going to go with it.
I think
after the end,
we've kind of talked. Or I think Andrew said last week where they could kind of make it like a live service, where they just keep adding more missions for the different factions, and you play as like
you could do so much, and that's the best part.
There's a lot you can do with it.
Like if they do it right, I'm for it. But I really don't want them to go into the pitfall that is Destiny. I do not want that to happen to this game.
I don't see them.
Like you can't necessarily like get like different weapons and shit like you would in Destiny, or like, I mean, I guess you can get gear and stuff, but like, I don't know. It's just kind of, I think, at least for me, I feel like live service games have kind of like left a bad taste in my mouth, like with their track record. So it's kind of, I don't know. We'll see. I could be the minority on this one, but
no, because there are a lot of live service games out there. Not a lot of good ones, but there are a lot out there. The one I think I've played the most and liked the most, both are Fallout 76 now. Not back then. We go back a couple years. No. And Elder Scrolls Online. I do like both of those games, but I also know they both didn't have great starts.
See, I can get. I guess there needs to be another like category. I guess split. Like I feel like those two games kind of deserve their own kind of separate like category. But like to me, I think Destiny just feels like it's the black sheep of like terribleness. Like that. Oh hey, these past couple years we've been releasing these story updates for the game that we've been making you pay for. But get this, in the future when we make new ones, we're gonna end up deleting those older story like missions, and you don't have access to those ever again. And it's like that's pretty much theft. So I don't understand how you're getting away with it, and how people are still funneling money into it.
Yeah, no, there are people out there that really enjoy it.
It's just it goes down to the rabbit hole of like, oh well, get used to not owning your games. You're just buying for the right to play them. And it's like, no, I don't agree with you. If we don't own the games, then we don't have to pay for the games. But hopefully, Space Marine does something good. I want them to be very successful. I want them.
It's very much like Helldivers. Like it's gonna be I feel like it's just gonna be very hard to fuck this up. Not saying it's impossible, as again we saw with Helldivers, but I mean, you would think. You would think
they would learn from it, but like I got sneaking suspicion somewhere in the back of my brain that like eventually they're gonna start adding skin, like really expensive skins, and then it's just gonna be like that's not. It's gonna be. I'm gonna say like they could go the extreme of like First Descendant, where like skins are just so much fucking money. But I hope they don't do that. I hope people don't, or those kinds of games don't start following that model. But it is what it is.
I don't think.
is what it is.
I don't want to say I don't think they will, because they take their consumers' money through other means, i.e., their fucking armies. But yeah, I think Space Marine definitely is a candidate for Game of the Year. Speaking of Game of the Year, what do you guys think is? Or unless you think Space Marine's
I don't know if I've necessarily played any like new games this year outside of Space Marine. Yeah, NCAA football is pretty good. Age of Mythology is solid, but I don't think they're Game of the
I think Space Marine's been good. Stellar Blades honestly up there for me. Like I really enjoyed how fun that was to play. Like I don't think it's gonna necessarily win Game of the Year, but I think it should be definitely up for some rewards. I like Banishers a lot. That was a really fun game. I think like narratively, I mean, you play through it once, it had a really engaging story, though it was kind of weak with the combat side where it kind of got repetitive after a little while. I'm not sure really. I don't really think anything yet's kind of like. I mean, Space Marine's probably in my top spot now, but unless maybe another game that's going to come out in the future will surprise me and take it off the podium, but I guess time will tell at this point.
Veilguard. Veilguard's gonna win Game of the Year like its predecessor, Inquisition did 10 years ago.
I hope so. I hope it's so good that like everybody's like, holy shit, BioWare's back. Like,
well, let's not go that crazy.
I hope
I've really played a fucking BioWare game. I'm not gonna lie with you.
You're missing out a lot. You gotta play Mass Effect and Dragon, or I would say if you do play one of the Dragon Age games, play Inquisition. And if you really like Inquisition, you can try to go for the second one / the first one, but those can be kind of a pain in comparison to Inquisition.
That's what I think. Harmon and I have talked about that before. It's just like it's getting started.
Like I think you would like it. It's a fantasy type of genre. Like you get your classic rogue classes, mage, warrior, that kind of stuff, and you get an RPG element to it. And
a lot of choices can be made. A lot of bad ones, but there are also a good amount of good ones. Like what? I think there's like 40 different endings for Inquisition. Like there's a lot you can do. But there's only like 4 or 5 main ones. A lot of the endings are different, like smaller details that you did or didn't do over the course of your adventure.
I feel like the bulk of it is just kind of like combinations based off of like characters, their status, whether they lived or died.
More than likely.
Yeah, it's a very good game. I would definitely recommend it to you, Cole. And Mass Effect, you're lucky because Mass Effect, like all 3 of the games, the trilogy, got remastered and remade. I think
games in the trilogy.
Well, originally I was going to include I was gonna include Andromeda, but I didn't think. I don't know. I think Andromeda would be something you'd play if you really enjoyed the trilogy. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. One's a little. I mean, one even despite getting remade, still kind of clunky, but it's way better than what it was. And I think you have something.
I'm gonna give you a little tip that this guy didn't know his entire time of playing Mass Effect. The vehicle you get to drive has a grenade launcher.
Yeah,
No,
had no idea. I went on all those
People-
stupid guest planets, and I was fucking using the 50 cal on it or whatever. And no matter what I did, those things would not die. I'm like, how the fuck are you supposed to do this? Oh my god, I'm playing on normal or hard difficulty, and I can't fucking compete. And then, literally, as soon as the remaster comes out, one of the prompts like, "Oh hey, this has a grenade launcher." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
And
So then,
Jared's like, hey, this has there's a grenade launcher. I'm like, it's been in the game for a while. He's like, are you kidding me right now?
yeah, so literally that whole time, I would either run over enemies with that fucking vehicle, or I would just have to sit there and shoot them to death until I couldn't shoot anymore. And then even then, they could just look at you and be like, "No, that doesn't work here."
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Still can find some new things to do in some of these older video games.
Apparently.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, there's Veilguard, which I'm hoping's really good. I mean, I guess in November there's the new Assassin's Creed game, which I hope's good. I think out of more than anything, I'm kind of excited most about the fact that the seasons are dynamic and that they'll change. Like you'll go through spring, summer, fall, winter, and I think it's on a continuous cycle.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
And like it's Japan, so like I feel like that's gonna look really cool. But
Interesting.
now I'm kind of blanking on other games coming out though.
I'm gonna hold my breath on Assassin's Creed. I haven't really been too into it. Kind of losing my steam on Assassin's Creed because it's kind of going away from being a true assassin.
I don't
But
know.
just
Mirage kind of refreshed the franchise. I think
so yeah, I
there were
never
some
played
things.
Mirage.
There were some things that they didn't do right, but or that things that just felt a little clunky. But like you definitely get back to, oh, I'm an assassin. I can use the blade and I can literally assassinate somebody with one tap with that blade. Not, oh, I stabbed you in the back with this hidden blade, but I only did like 10% of health damage to you. That's cool. So now, and then you proceed to get your ass beat by whoever you did that to because your level's not right.
Pretty much. I watched I watched Skippy play that game. Or I watched Skippy play Origins. I watched him stab someone in the back like 4 or 5 times, and he lost maybe half health.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
and honestly, they'd have like roaming mercenaries, or I can't remember what they're called. I don't want to say they're Malakas, but they were something. And one of them just fucking Spartan kicked me off my horse, and then just proceeded to beat me down in the dirt. When I was like level like 50, and that thing was like level. It was ridiculous. I was like, bruh. Like this is towards the end of the game, and I'm still having problems with you guys. Like, what the heck?
You just want to get it, Jarrett. You really just want to get it. You should have been better. You should have dodged like in Elden Ring. Speaking of Elden Ring, Coleman, we
No, I
gotta
haven't.
beat the game. Gotta beat the game, dog.
I know. Leave me
All this
alone.
pairing though, all this pairing you're doing on Space Marine, it'll help. It'll help with
Will it?
your pairing
Will it?
and probably not.
No, it won't be as rewarding as Space Marine because then Cole will parry, and then 2 seconds later they will beat him to death with his own mallet. And be like, guys, I did it! I parried! Yes, now I can kill you! And then they're just gonna look at you and beat you. Like,
That
what
may
did you
or
say?
may not be what happened.
I kind of expect it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a fun game. Still haven't beaten the DLC. Final Fight's kicking my ass.
I didn't even get that far. I just kind of stalled out and started playing other games that I had in my backlog, which I've started making very good progress in.
Oh, have you gone from 50 to 49?
No, I'd say like after like the Elden Ring DLC came out, I think I've gotten through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7 games of it.
Jesus.
And now I'm on the 8th game of it, Alan Wake, and then I gotta do a nightmare play through that, and then that's done. Then I'll play through Dragon Age Inquisition, mop up the trophies on that, and then I'll probably be ready at that point. I'll probably be ready for either Veilguard or maybe another game in between then. Maybe I'll squeeze in and finish out Flintlock there, but I don't know that game. But I don't know. We shall see. Time will see how Jarett's backlog goes in coming weeks.
What have you guys been watching? I know this pissed you off. I took a break on JoJo's after watching 5 episodes.
Heretics.
I know. I started Hellsing. I know Harmon. We've talked about you wanting
Ultimate
to watch it.
or
I've just started regular Hellsing. Figured I'd watch that first.
it's like Full Metal. Just they're both the same. Just one's better. And from what I've heard, Ultimate's better.
That's possible, but I want Hellsing. Hellsing hasn't been bad yet. I haven't had It's had a couple pretty good episodes so far. It uses religion pretty interestingly, so.
I was gonna start, I think I started the first episode, but then I got sidetracked because one of the other shows I've been watching came out with an episode, but I started watching the Spy Family movie. I haven't finished that quite yet. What was another show I've been watching?
I recently rewatched the best live action Halo, and that's Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn. It's a good movie.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
Go watch it for free on YouTube with ads. It's good.
Is it on Paramount or no?
I watched it on YouTube with ads. I don't know where it's at.
Well, I just got an email in my inbox that apparently with Spectrum I get a free I think essential tier of Paramount Plus. So I'm thinking
if it's on there, I'd give it a watch. I think the one content creator, I said it's 34 years before the events of Halo 1. So it's like the beginning of the war, essentially.
Gotcha.
Because at the academy, no one knew basically what the Covenant was. They were still kind of a mystery to them, to the humans.
Right.
It's a good watch. Master Chief has some badass moments in it. A lot better than the show. A lot better than the show.
You know the show's leagues better than any other Halo media. You know it is.
No.
You know their depiction of Master Chief is the best.
Don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. When's that Warhammer show supposed to come out with Henry Cavill?
I don't know.
I think we're still at least 2 years out from that, I would guess.
Yeah, I think we are a hot minute out. Fortunately.
I don't think they finished writing it yet. But I'm not sure.
I'm excited for that.
But yeah.
Because I know he's a big Warhammer nerd. He's just a big nerd in general, which is awesome.
I can't remember if I think they said it was. I think it's through Prime. I think I could be wrong, but if it's through Prime, I have some better hopes for it.
Also, finish up.
Well, I hope that they can kind of let his creativity or the creative team of that go with it, and they're not constrained obviously fucking the Netflix Witcher series, which turned into this steaming pile of dog shit.
Oh, come on. I haven't watched the last season. I need to.
You need to watch it, and then you will change to my side of the fence.
Even with Cavill in it, it's fucking dog shit.
Oh, I would say with Cavill in it, it makes it passable. But now that they're getting rid of him because of him bringing up questions about being relatively sticking true with the source material, and they're just no, and then they just recast him. That's just wild to me. But it's hard. It just feels from season 1 to 2 and now into this recent season, stuff is just getting so kind of I don't want to say it's convoluted almost. There's so much shit going on that you can't keep up enough with it to kind of to form the bonds with the characters on screen. So then it's kind of all right, I don't really care who you are, keep going. keep going.
See, but honestly, I thought the first season was really confusing. Like, I mean, I said it earlier. I'll say it again. I'm kind of a nitwit, but like, god damn it, like I felt like shit just jumped around. Like nothing was fucking made sense.
I'll give you that. I mean, I think Witcher lore in itself kind of confusing. Like,
That's fair.
there are some things like even when I played Witcher 3, I was kind of like, I have no idea what any of this shit means. But
Sure.
all I know is that I am a monster hunter. That's about it. And then like that's just kind of how I went. And maybe I even after beating the game, like I still can't. There were some things I'm like, I'm still confused on this. Don't really know what this means. Like, but yeah, I can get that. I think even with my first watch of it, like I only knew a couple of the people because I played the game. I was like, oh yeah, that's Geralt, and then oh yeah, that's Ciri, and then like that's Vesemir. But like,
Bro named the 3 most popular characters.
well, even that, even before watching, I mean, I don't know. There's some things that you're just kind of like, I don't know.
But also coming to Prime soon, October 3rd, 3rd season of Vox Machina.
Oh, nice.
Excited about that.
I didn't know they announced the date yet.
Yeah, they did. I think beginning of August. They haven't marketed as much as they have the other 2 seasons though. I feel like I haven't even seen an ad for it.
I've definitely seen an ad or two for it, but like I don't know if I saw it. What I saw it on, but like on TikTok or something, maybe. I saw something for something. I don't know exactly what, but I did see an ad for it.
Well, I think with that note, we're gonna wrap up this wonderful session. Learned a lot about each other, about our souls,
Yes.
about our faith.
About how things go better when Skippy's not here.
Yeah, pretty much.
And who's the heretic of the podcast group right now?
Not a heretic. I'm
You
just
are.
saying. I'm just saying. Sometimes
fucking heretic.
that it's okay not to play by the rules. I'm just
Codex
saying.
Astarte. It seems to go against the Codex Astartes. Harmon, are you by
Alright.
chance under the influence of chaos?
We'll see you next
You
week,
need the
everyone.
Inquisition here?
We'll see you next week, everyone.